Good morning, everybody. It's Carrie from KDS Insurance Services. How are you doing this fine Thursday afternoon? I hope wherever you are that you're having a great week, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow is Friday, and it's a beautiful fall, so get out and enjoy all the fall activities wherever you may be. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about claims and what you need to do in the event that you have a claim, specifically a auto claim. I've had lots of questions this week about this particular subject, and so I wanted to just jump in today and talk a little bit about what you are supposed to do or should do in the event of a car accident. First and foremost, it's very important for you to always carry with you an ID card. I suggest to my clients, my family, and anybody who will listen to me that you have two ID cards, one in your car and one in your wallet. And the reason I say this is because, we all get in a panic mode when we're talking about claims. And so it's really important to have one in the car and then one in your wallet. Because when you pull it out of your wallet in an accident, especially situation, the police officers, if you call the police, are going to want to see your driver's license. And so it's just as easy right then and there to pull out your insurance card. So that's why I suggest that you always keep one in your wallet. Here in Texas, it's a law. You have to have insurance. And so it is also a law that you have to maintain an insurance policy and provide proof of insurance when you are pulled over. That is a law. You can get ticketed simply for the fact that you don't have an ID card with you at all times. So make sure you're getting your copies, whether you get it delivered electronically or whether you get it through the mail, or whether you go out online yourself and get those copies or you contact your agent. It's really important to make sure that you always have a valid current ID card on your possession somewhere or in your vehicle. So we're going to talk about a car accident today. What do you do in the event that you have a car accident? Well, first and foremost, you've got to determine if anybody's injured, including yourself. And if you are, immediately call 911, because you just don't know. You may not think you're injured, and then you go home and you could have something seriously wrong that you're not aware of, because those symptoms don't show up, sometimes for hours later. So it's really important when you have a car accident to just take a few minutes and breathe and then check yourself out, if you will, and anybody that's in your car, to make sure that they aren't seriously injured. If you're on public property or a public road, you should always call the police, always, because you don't want to ever get into a situation where it's your word against somebody else's word, and the insurance companies are going to go by what's on a police report. So it's really important that if you're on a public road that you always call the police, always, without doubt. Because as I said, the insurance companies are going to want to see that police report. So if you're on private property, however, there is no requirement to call the police. I would always suggest that you call the police at any time. Now, if they say they won't respond because it's private property, then there's not a whole lot you can do about that. But I do recommend that that's your first call after you've checked yourself out and make sure that you and nobody in your vehicle is injured. So call the police. The police will come and they'll take a report, and they will issue citations to whoever is at fault, generally speaking. And then at that point, you should be with the other party that's involved in the accident. At that point, you should have already exchanged insurance information. So because we all carry cell phones today now, it's really easy for you to take a photograph of the other party's ID card, keep it in your folder, make sure you get all their contact information, their name, their address, their driver's license number, and who their insurance company is. And if you can get a policy number, that's even better. So a good way to do that is to just take a photograph of the ID card. It is very important. This is a very important point. When you are in a conversation with somebody about the car accident, never, ever assume fault, okay? Even if you know it's your fault, and even if he's saying it's your fault or she's saying it's your fault, never assume fault, okay? That's very important. You want the insurance companies to assign that fault, okay? Because it may not necessarily be totally your fault. It could be a combination of both parties at fault. So it's really important to never assume total responsibility. And if you're pushed by the other party, you just have to try to divert the conversation and say, you know what, let's just turn this into this exchange information here, and let's turn it into the insurance companies and let the insurance company deal with it. Now, what happens if you're dealing with somebody who doesn't have insurance and they've damaged your car? Well, then, if you've got a good insurance agent, that insurance agent would have suggested that you carry uninsured motorist. So if your car is damaged or if you're injured, you have protection on your own policy to pay for your medical expenses and for the damages on your vehicle. It's uninsured motorist. In Texas, it's against the law to drive a vehicle without insurance. If you're not here in Texas, then you really need to get with a licensed insurance professional and find out what your state laws require. Here in Texas, however, if the vehicle is on the road, it's registered. By law, the owner of that vehicle must carry liability insurance. So liability insurance would then, if it's the other party's fault and you've gone through this process and it's determined that it's the other party's fault, then their liability insurance is what would pay for your damages and or your injuries, pain, and suffering. So you want to, when you get in an accident, you want to stop and make sure you're okay. You want to make that phone call to the police. You want to exchange information with the other party. You want to take a photograph of the other party's ID card. And you also want to take photos of the vehicles, okay? Because you want to document your position in this, and you want to have proof that can be date stamped on your cell phone as to the damages to your vehicle and the damages to the other party's vehicle. So it's really important. Now, what happens if your kids are driving a vehicle? Well, you need to have this conversation with your children. If they're of age and they're driving the vehicle, they need to understand the process too, because you as the owner of the vehicle and you as the named insured are going to be responsible for what happens when anybody is driving your vehicle. So it's very important to have a conversation with your kids or anybody else that you allow to drive your vehicle, what you expect from them in the event that there is a car accident. And then once you've done all of those things, if you still have concerns, then by all means call your insurance agent. Your insurance agent will reconfirm probably everything I've told to you, and then may give you some additional direction, for example, on getting an estimate if it's not a lot of damage and no one's seriously injured, but you have damages. Regardless of whether it's your fault or the other parties, it's a good idea to get some estimates so you know what you're looking at. Because if you've got a $1,000 deductible and your vehicle's damages are less than $1,000, there's absolutely no point in turning that claim in, because you're not going to get any money from the insurance company because you're responsible for the first $1,000 of damages. So just food for thought. I get this question an awful lot. I see claims pretty much every week, unfortunately. So it's important to have a process in place. A lot of agents, including myself, actually have a form that they can send to you that you can put in your vehicle, and it's sort of like a checklist of things that you need to do in the event of a car accident. So just take some notes, talk to your kids, talk to anybody else that's driving your vehicle, and take these steps to protect yourself in the event that there is a car accident and you need to turn the claim in. You always want to call the police and get that police report. Those reports generally take about 10 days. Insurance companies are going to want to see them, so it's important to document that for them. And also, I would strongly suggest that you send your agent a copy of that so she can put it in your file in the event that you ever have to refer back to that document down the road when you get into claim settlement and all those good things. So that's it for today, guys. I really do hope you have a wonderful weekend. Get out and enjoy this beautiful fall weather if you're in the northern hemisphere. I hope it's a great weekend for you, and I will see you next week in the next video. God bless. Take care. And please stop by my channel here and give me a thumbs up on this video. Leave me a comment, of course, because this will help me to continue to make these videos for you. And you can always reach me either on my cell phone numbers, which are through my website, or you can always reach me through the YouTube channel, and other social media outlets, which I'm on all of them. So make it a great day. God bless, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.